Head of the State Information Service, Diya Rashwan, stressed that Egypt fully rejects to legitimize the Israeli existence in the Palestinian side of the Rafah crossing. The details.
Head of State Information Service SIS Diya Rashwan stressed on Thursday that Egypt had announced its rejection to any cooperation with Israel regarding giving it any legitimacy for invading Palestinian Rafah crossing, whatever the motives are. Rashwan added that the Palestinian resistance hailed Egypt's stance of rejecting the entry of trucks through Rafah crossing to be handed over by the Israeli army. He noted that the Israeli aggression expanded an unprecedented wave against Gaza had affected the situation in the Middle East and compelled Egypt to exert its utmost efforts to put an end to such an aggression. The SIS had said Egypt had warned of an escalation of violence in the Middle East region. He further affirmed that Egypt is abide by peace relations with Israel since 1979 and is keen on the peace choice at the same time of being keen on its national security and stopping any trials aimed at liquidating the Palestinian cause. Rashwan affirmed that Egypt had entered mediation upon a U.S.-Israeli request, adding that if it withdraws from the mediation, it would abide by its fixed stances from the Palestinian cause and the Palestinian right to have an independent state. According to Rashwan, Egypt was opening Rafah crossing for individuals and trucks when it was under a control of Palestinians. But when Israel invaded the Palestinian side of the crossing, Egypt rejects to cooperate with Israel or giving legitimacy to its existence there. He said the whole world had witnessed an expanded Israeli aggression on the Gaza Strip since the 7th of October, which led the International Criminal Court to investigate an accusation of Israel, its Prime Minister and Defense Minister, of committing genocide and mass cleansing, as well as crimes against humanity in the besieged Strip. He stressed that Egypt had never stopped coordination for the sake of realizing the Palestinian and Arab interests. At the same time, it rejected and would reject any trials of deporting Palestinians from their lands.
And back home, the Minister of Defense and Military Production, General Mohammed Zaki, witnessed the implementation of the main phase of the tactical project for the soldiers. The project was carried out by the 2nd Field Army using live ammunition and will last for a number of days. The Defense Minister stressed that the armed forces are capable of facing any challenges, though the unity of the Egyptian people and its national leadership. And the Ministry of Interior announced that the General Authority for Combating Drugs had succeeded in seizing a container coming from a foreign country which carried a huge amount of cocaine to Port Said port. This came within the framework of joint cooperation between the General Authority for Combating Drugs sector and the security agencies to combat all the kinds of crimes. The container was carrying 550 tons of cocaine at a value of 1 billion and 600 million Egyptian pounds. Egypt's stock market indices fluctuated. The main EGX 30 index lost 0.08%. The small and medium EGX 70 index soared 0.82%. The more expanded EGX 100 index added 0.59%. The overall transactions and dealings within the session reached 0.59%.